everyone, and welcome back to the Summoner Job Quest as it apparently turns to daytime. This time we have a little work off the record. Yumhitra seems to be having trouble making headway with her research. Well, I'm here to help. I searched through the usual histories, but found scant mention of Sari. 'Tis as Prince said, records of his existence have been all but expunged. And since my own knowledge is limited to the day I was stored away, we must rely on those lost elegant records that had escaped the purge. My colleague Rambrose may be able to help us there. Hardly a day goes past when his team does not lift some forgotten treasure from the ruins in Mordona. Shall we pay him a visit? Sounds like a good plan to me. I like how Mordona's still the bottom of the list. We've went to other far off lands and Mordona's still at the bottom. No, don't want to go there. We want to go quite far away, in fact. Alright. As normal, head over to the Sons of St. Connacht. Chat away with Rambrose. Up. And hopefully learn something new. Maybe? Yes, I'm not a giant. Well done. Yumhitra has informed me of your search, and I shall be certain to contact you should our discoveries include any mention of this Sari. There may, however, be a swifter way to acquire the information you seek. I know of a certain merchant who collects undeciphered tombstones with even greater zeal than the Sons of St. Connacht. A certain merchant, would that be Rowena? Ah, you speak of Rowena. Aye, we have formed, well, something of a symbiotic relationship with her consortium. In return for financing our excavations, we provide Rowena with a selection of our finds. I'm sure you will find her amenable to a request for assistance. After all, you would merely need to borrow her tombstones for a time, yes? Here, I've penned a letter with my personal reassurance that her stock will be returned none the worse for wear. Yes, but she will certainly want something in exchange. It is Rowena. Alright. Well, we may as well teleport back rather than running there. Take about the same time probably, but it feels quicker, so that's enough for me. Oh no, that was definitely a lot quicker. If I remember, even though it's pointless this way, Rowena's up here in the very back. Right here. You have Rambrose's letter, yes? I'll let you do the haggling. Oi! What can I do for you? A polite request to borrow tombstones penned by the meticulous hand of Rambrose and addressed to Rowena. Rambrose's letter. So, you're the backing of old Rambrose, eh? Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to lend you some of me tombstones. In fact, I'll do you one better and let you borrow the transcripts, courtesy of the scribes at the ironworks. As books, they're a damn sight heavier, but you don't need fancy machines when it's all penned down in ink and parchment. Give me a summary of the contents when you finish, and I'll consider that as payment. Collectors will pay with more coin if they know what they're getting, and more time's too precious to waste on reading ancient history. Consider it a deal, Rowena, and thank you. Well, Alex, shall we get to work? Alright. Speak with Yimhitra in Reverend Stole. You walk through Reverend Stole, sit down on the bench, have a lovely sit and read books. Fancy that! I've barely begun skimming the very first volume, and there are already very promising passages. Let us wake Prin and find our sharings, shall we? That was findings, not sharings. Sharings isn't a word. Ah, Rambrose, have you come to check on our progress? The charming tome is Principia, a sentient familiar of ancient Alec. A pleasure to meet you, Master Ambrose. Pray, call me Prin if you prefer. Thank you, Prin. And might I say what a privilege it is to meet such a rare and clever construct. Clever? Well, yes, apparently Prin was written that way. In fact, we were just hoping to hear an opinion on a new snippet of information I've uncovered. 'Twas an order listed in a record of Imperial military communications, commanding that the fruits of the Master Summoner's research be seized. It appears that the army had more than a passing interest in Sari's experiments. And what exactly was the purpose of his research? Master Sari toiled to wed summoning magics to etherochemical technology. For example, he experimented with replacing grimoires with mechanical mediums, and sought to manifest energy of greater authenticity by utilizing high-speed computations. Simply put, he turned to machines to enhance traditional summoning methods. Is that the gist of it? Correct! But Master Sari was never one to abuse the success of his experiments. No matter how they magnified his power, he would not place his trust in machines. Their inherently complex nature was too prone to error, he said. The dates on these communications indicate a time in the latter half of Sari's life. Is it possible something could have occurred between crafting you and the execution of this order that may have greatly altered the summoner's outlook? There was, of course, a violent wave of anti-summoner sentiment that swept through Alec. It claimed the life of many of Master Sari's disciples. Following their deaths, he began spending much of his time cloistered within his laboratory. Such an incident could certainly be responsible for changing a man. And Principia, you were unaware of subsequent events once you fell into slumber, yes? From what we've learned so far, it is safe to say that the foe we encountered is related to Sari's research in some way. And there is likely more clues buried in these records. I shall speak with Captain Wolf and ask to borrow the sharp minds of his summoner squad. 'Tis a rather intimidating pile to tackle on our own. Well, seeing as you have the transcripts, there's no need to travel far. You are welcome to make use of my tent and the reference materials on Alec found therein. That would be an enormous help, thank you. Let's haul these books to the dig site, shall we? I like how you all left and the books were still there and I was still there. I wonder who would be carrying said books. Definitely wouldn't be me. Big strong summoner with his invisible horse. Now it's visible. Anywho, let's get over there and speak with the Amhidra. I feel like this quest is going to be more of a talking one. And the next one's going to be the big one, because I think the next one's the last one. I guess we will find out soon enough. Or maybe soon enough. Hard to say. Hey guys. These elegant records are likely to make my skull burst, opening portals throughout the world, forging new moods, and it's not even fiction. I've been ignoring all that ain't to do with the military. 'Tis more efficient to have a narrow focus, I reckon. Some people dislike this manner of task, but I never tire of dredging through pages that transport one to the past. Our summoner colleagues arrived with swiftness after I relayed to them our request. 'Tis well to see them recovered from their injuries. With everyone pitching in, we stand a good chance of finding something useful. Ah! Here's the bug I was looking for. There's a record of when the military finally caught up with Sari. It says here the summoner was found dead, killed by someone else, it seems. Then we have the proof of the original Sari's demise in the Third Astral Era. Now there remains the question of who or what attacked us in this age. My coin is on one of those clone creations. If there's more to the story, Lieutenant? Aye, it goes on to describe how the Imperial Army took over Sari's research, lauding his experiments as exceptionally dangerous, but ripe with potential applications. They shifted operations to an artificial island soon after and began practical testing. One cataclysmic accident later, though, and well, that was the end of that. The artificial island must be a reference to Seal Rock, the very site of our encounter with the present-day Sari. During the battle, my creator's simulacrum exhibited the ability to summon multiple Eki simultaneously, as well as manifest highly authentic facsimiles of flesh and blood entities. The basis for every one of these unorthodox techniques can be traced back to Master Sari's research into machine enhanced summoning. I'd say we have enough evidence to support a working theory then, namely that the elegant military was using a clone of the deceased Sari to perform hazardous experiments, tests which explored the feasibility of etherochemically bolstered summoning magics. And when we landed on Seal Rock, we must have somehow awoke the remnants of those experiments. Mayhap we have solved the mystery of who the attacker was, but now I would know the place to where he fled. What refuge exists to such a being, or for such a being? From what I can gather, the results of Sari's work were bundled off to some secret laboratory called the Etheric Chemical Research Facility. Oh, god damn it. You know the place, sir? Is it far? You could see that. It's, quite far. I says, la? If that's where they were keeping Sari's research, then it's possible the clone may have headed there. Our squad will fly back to Seal Rock and make further investigations. The relics of the past may hold some hint we haven't yet considered. An excellent idea. Thank you. We shall return to Gridania for the time being. Intriguing. They did say that they wanted him to mar summoning magic with etherochemical research. Alright. When Ket was at the theatre, let's head over and hand in this quest. And then all that's left will be the final quest. And the rewards from the final quest are certainly bounties to behold. As you can see, I'm level 70, so I'll be doing that quest awfully soon. Or basically for you, tomorrow. I have received an update from Captain Wolf regarding their investigations on Seal Rock. It would seem that certain of the Allegan relics have shown signs of recent activation. The mechanisms were too heavily damaged to offer more in ways of useful information, however. I fear we must brave this Asislar facility and search for Sari ourselves. Is that what he was hoping for when he said, "I will be waiting"? It is possible. I did not think the detail important at the time, but the lock engaged by Master Sari's simulacrum was not of the strictest here. Rather, the seal is one that fades upon the sealer's demise. Then he was goading us into finding and defeating him. Another challenge, or is it simply a trap? I'm not fond of rushing into the unknown. Gird yourself for the worst, Alex, and I will learn the present circumstances of this research facility. Off the record, complete. Ba 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 ba. So, join me next time for an Art for the Living, in which we get the Channeler's attire, Summon Bahamut, and the enhanced Dreadworm tracks. Hydra is ready to depart. Asislar. I, however, am not ready to depart. We will be doing that tomorrow, of which I am beyond excited, because I will get to summon Bahamut. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're excited as me, and I will see you in the next one for the final in the Summoner level 60 to 70 Stormblood quest lines. Bye bye! For now.